first, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at midday.
We're just praising the good Lord above.
Possible twister tearing through the small town of Bourbon.
I was watching it on the news.
They're gonna come over here. No.
Homes damaged, power lines down.
When we came up out of the basement and I saw siding in a tree beside us, I was like, okay, that was a tornado.
The small community coming together.
We were directing traffic so that people wouldn't drive over the power line.
Right now, it's best case scenario as far as the community and just the response so far has been amazing.
The same storm sweeping across the southern Midwest with deaths and damage.
That's my home.
Multiple major breaking news stories right now at midday. We will get to that storm damage in just a moment. But part of Mishawaka is without power right now, and it's not storm related. City officials say a major transmission line from I&M Power is down. That impacts 4 substations and about 5,000 customers, mostly downtown and on the south side. Because of the outage, Emmons and LaSalle Elementaries will close at 12:30. Marion High School closed about 30 minutes ago. Some power is now back on. A similar problem happened a few years ago, and it took about 5 hours to get that fixed. It comes as part of our area is without power following last night's severe storms. Take a look at the outages being reported by NIPSCO. There's more than 4,000 customers still without power. Those outages are in Bremen, Bourbon, and Valparaiso. All power is expected to be restored by tonight. We have team coverage as the National Weather Service is on the ground today in Bourbon. They'll determine whether a tornado tore through the town, leaving a trail of damage. Let's start with WSBT 22's Aaron May, live in hard-hit Bourbon. And Aaron, you were tracking the storm last night. What are you seeing now?
Yeah, absolutely. Grant and I were tracking the storm last night, and now we're currently seeing quite a bit of damage, especially in the Roseland area. You can see right here that we have a house that has a good chunk of its roof that has been removed after the storm. We're now missing part of that roof. Multiple homes are missing roofs, windows, sidings, garages have been destroyed as well. And we even spoke to one homeowner earlier on today who said that the Roseland area, where we are, Bourbon, was hit particularly hard.
The way I understand it, and I haven't physically been there yet, from the way I understand it, it's leveled some garage roofs, opened up some second stories, and actually moved some houses off foundations.
The National Weather Service is on the ground here today surveying the damage to determine if this was a tornado, and if so, what the wind speed was. Live from Bourbon, I'm Aaron May, WSBT 22 News.
All right, thanks, Aaron. The National Weather Service is on the ground near Indianapolis. Look at this building that collapsed just outside the city. This is in Brownsburg. 3 people had to be rescued from the warehouse after a likely tornado ripped through last night. We know at least 1 person was taken to the hospital. And this video showing a likely tornado near Carmel. Damage is reported to buildings there with trees littering the area. More severe weather to our west. Take a look at this video out of Lowell. 5 semi-trucks rolled over on I-65 yesterday. All of the drivers told police that extremely strong wind blew their trucks over. The semis didn't hit each other and no one was injured. Indiana Governor Mike Braun just issuing a statement following the storms, in part saying, quote, "Last night, communities throughout Indiana were impacted by severe weather and tornadoes. The extent of the damage is still being assessed, and our office is working with localities on any necessary next steps," end quote. At least 4 people are believed dead from this storm system as it slammed the southern Midwest. 3 people are dead in Tennessee, 1 in Missouri. Arkansas was also hit hard. 4 people were hurt in Kentucky when a tornado hit a church. You can see homes were shredded and vehicles tossed like toys. I'm here with meteorologist Abby Wepler. And Abby, this was a huge storm. It is quiet here now.
It is, and we need to look ahead. I know that the cleanup is happening, but we do need to look ahead as we have some more rain on the way. A few showers tonight. Tonight's not going to be the huge concern that we have. It is going to be as we get into Friday night, especially, that we start to see some rain showers moving back in. So this is great news. I know after Sunday, then you add last night's. We have a lot of work to do to clean up the area, to get things back up and running, and to help people who are displaced. So South Bend showing a little bit of blue sky from our Storm Alert weather camera provided by Four Winds Casino, bouncing around a little bit. It's still breezy out there, but not those gusty winds from yesterday. Increasing clouds. That will be the story this afternoon ahead of the next system. It is very light rain that we could see around the area later tonight, mainly south of US 30 as this system continues to move northeast. So the heavier rain we will miss, but a few stray showers here locally cannot be ruled out. We'll show you it with Futurecast as we make our way through the evening. And this is what I'm talking about. 6, 7 o'clock tonight, notice south of US 30, best chance of seeing a few showers. It's not going to impact any major plans or any major cleanup because we're not even tracking gusty winds for you. Looking ahead at the next few hours, something else you'll notice as the afternoon rolls on, we will slowly see temperatures fall. It won't be a huge drop, but we'll be in the low 50s by that evening commute with those overcast skies. When we continue to look ahead, though, at the rainfall, as I know we don't need to see any more. Several communities saw more than 2 inches of rain yesterday, and you can see a lot more is on the way. So we're going to talk about that Friday rain and what it means for the weekend ahead coming up in minutes.
All right, thanks, Abby. We also have breaking news now out of South Bend. Beacon Health System just announcing it is buying 4 Southwest Michigan hospitals. It reached an agreement to buy Ascension hospitals in Kalamazoo, Dowagiac, Allegan, and Plainwell. The deal is expected to be finalized this summer. When that happens, Beacon will take over 4 hospitals, 35 outpatient clinics, and a surgery center. Beacon CEO Craig Gruber says this will further strengthen the health system and expand its reach. More breaking news this midday, the stock market taking a nosedive this morning. Take a look. The Dow is down 1,255 points, right now at 40,966. All of this following President Trump's announcement of a 10% minimum tariff on all countries.
To anyone on Wall Street this morning, I would say trust in President Trump. This is a president who is doubling down on his proven economic formula from his first term.
Looks a lot more to us like the roof just fell in on American families who are going to face thousands of dollars more in costs per year.
President Trump slapped 20% tariffs on the European Union, a move the European Commission chief called a major blow to the world economy. Dozens of countries have been hit with higher rates. Vietnam is facing a 46% tariff. Most economists say Americans will start to see higher prices on almost everything within a month or two. WSBT 22 spoke with local leaders ahead of President Trump's announcement to find out what these could mean here at home. The director of economic development for St. Joseph County says our local manufacturers will feel the impact. We asked him about the potential impact to the GM battery plant being built near New Carlisle.
A lot of the product that's going to be used to make the actual batteries comes from overseas. So, how are those materials coming in going to be impacted? And then depending where those batteries are sold or if it's a GM plant outside the United States, are there going to be impacts on that product going out of the U.S.? So we may see some slowdowns. We may see some short-term layoffs. We may see some supply chain shortages, things like that in the short term. But again, I think a lot of this will level set itself out over the next couple weeks and months and years.
JP Morgan is now predicting a global recession if these tariffs stay in place long term. New at midday, a South Bend mother is out of jail after police say she left her 7-year-old child home alone, during which time the house caught fire. 40-year-old Tiffany Neely has yet to be charged in this case from Saturday morning. We contacted the prosecutor's office, who said they need to investigate further. South Bend police released this body camera video over the weekend, showing an officer running into the home on Huey Street. The officer kicked in the front door and found the child sitting on the couch. The child is okay. Police say Neely arrived home hours later and was arrested. A company looking to build a data center in Kosciuszko County is now denied. The County Planning Commission rejected the proposal from Prologis to rezone more than 550 acres of farmland in Leesburg. Hundreds of people showed up to voice their opposition. As we deal with severe storms, northern Michigan is dealing with snow and ice. Still ahead at midday, the latest request from Governor Whitmer.
Although we have had a couple rounds of severe weather move through this week, today we can take a breather, and tomorrow we're gearing up for rain, but not severe weather. I'm going to talk about how much we're expecting when we come back.